So the Whitakers were recently interviewed by the New York Post. Let's get into this article. Shout out to BJ, that's Price Witness, who tweeted this, and I happen to be on Twitter and I saw this. We just talked about Mark Leda, Soft White Underbelly, just recently. Now listen to what they have to say about what's happening with their family and how going viral was like the worst thing ever. Are you guys surprised? I'm not. I feel like some of us might have predicted this, and not that we have some spidey sense or sixth sense, it's just maybe common sense. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just saying. Let's go. So this article dropped today from YouTube to state custody. Viral fame destroyed America's most inbred family. Oh man, oh man. Published today. Three members of the America's most inbred clan have vanished from their decaying West Virginia compound after state officials quietly removed them from the home. A move their surviving relatives blame on viral videos that made the family an internet spectacle. Which, if that's what the family is blaming, should there be a Whitaker family YouTube channel at this point? I mean, isn't that kind of like still keeping them online, even though Mark Leda supposedly cut them off? I just don't know how I feel about that. The state adult protective services took Ray Whitaker, 72, his sister Laureen, 79, and her son Timmy, 46, for the family's ramshackle property in the town of Odd in September, according to relatives who spoke to the Daily Mail. Now, I'm brand new to this, all right? Please note that. But I remember, and I believe the timeline is correct. September was actually around the time that the West Virginia State Police decided to investigate a fraud investigation regarding the Whitaker family. Okay. And they had made an announcement about this. And they're saying that there were two YouTubers, one of them by the name of Eric Carroll and the other one, Patrick Rourke. And the allegations are that Carroll and Rourke are accused of funneling donations intended for the family elsewhere. Okay. It would make sense now that an adult protective services investigation, they came in and they basically took over and took the adults. And so then that would have led to basically a police investigation into frauds, because clearly they're seeing that some adults are being exploited by these two non-family members, right? I think the time frame between adult protective services and the criminal investigation is very interesting. I would not be surprised if something comes out of this, for sure. Their sister Betty, 73, and brother Larry, 69, told the outlet they were left behind without explanation and say they've had no contact with their loved ones since. This is really sad. They said that they were helping them. They couldn't live here no more. Betty said, I miss them a lot. I raised them. Larry said the family has not been told where the three were taken, which is very concerning. I will say that. I've been staying at home waiting on a phone call, but that's all I know. They haven't called or let me know nothing, he said. They won't tell us where they at. Officials from the West Virginia's Department of Human Services confirmed to the Daily Mail that they were aware of a situation but declined to discuss the case, citing confidentiality laws. Yeah, they're not going to release any information. The Whitakers' inbreeding traces back more than a century to a single marriage between two sets of cousins, descendants from identical twin brothers, which effectively collapsed the family gene pool. The family shot to grim celebrity after a 2020 YouTube documentary exposed the extent of the family's genetic isolation and severe disabilities. The video, filmed by documentarian Mark Leda, drew tens of millions of views, making the Recluse clan a symbol of both rural poverty and voyeuristic fascinations. This is why people can't leave people alone, right here, my friends. Again, when you do a video talking about fart fetishes or, you know, teen prostitutes, what kind of viewership do you think you're driving? Okay. But the attention also brought chaos to the secluded family who lived on a dirt road 75 miles south of Charleston in what Leda described as one of the most disturbing interviews I've ever done. Mm. He says that a lot about a lot of interviews he's done. I mean, he's done it with Rebecca. Does the family know about this channel? right, that is there, the Whitaker family, after making the statement that they made that, these people are making money off of me or off of the family. And are they not consenting to any of this? Is that what I'm hearing? But yet there's social media videos about them. He literally says, Larry says, people out there making money off of them, the videos, and they don't like it. He set up protective services. Has Mark Leda taken his videos down? Like I said, when some of these people are doing videos, whether it's substance abuse, mental health issues, how do we know that they're actually consenting to being filmed and then being posted for thousands and millions? And I get it to a certain degree. The Whitakers have had supporters, people donate and stuff like that, but they've also been targets of people just wanting to use their name for videos and channels and stuff like that. I have a lot of questions about this. Yeah, I wonder if that the channel, specifically the Whitaker family, is something that's up there with their consent. And even the videos that exist now on Mark Leda's channel, this is what Larry basically quoted, that people are out there making money off of them, the videos specifically, and they don't like it. So if they're saying this to Adult Protective Services, and Adult Protective Services is saying that they're watching, to me that tells me that maybe maybe they're not in support of this, and what's been put out there, maybe it wasn't with their consent. And so then you have these individuals that run that channel. Is it in good faith? What about the videos of them on Mark Leda's soft white underbelly? Listen, just my opinion, just my question, just my thought. I will link the article in the description box so you guys can read it. Let's keep going. They told us don't talk to nobody, they watching. So Adult Protective Services are telling the Whitaker family, don't talk to anybody, they're watching. So I guess people are keeping an eye out, because now again we have this whole criminal investigation, this fraud situation that's happening, because we don't know if they're actually getting the things that they said that they're getting. And I side eye anybody that put themselves right in the front of the line of that, because these people have a target on their back. I don't know. When reporters returned to the cabin this week, they found Betty and Larry still living in squalid conditions. Cooking beans and sausage were left out on a gas stove as insects crawled over the counters. Inside, the calendar was frozen on March. Outside, towels hung from a makeshift clothesline, and Halloween skeletons dangled from the porch, besides piles of trash, old tires, and beer cans. The Whitaker's property includes a collapsing chicken coop, several broken down trailers, and a single outhouse. They said they were helping them and they couldn't live here no more, Betty repeated, staring towards the dirt driveway where her relatives were taken away. I miss them a lot. I raised them. This is what Betty says. Now, I know that there's been a lot of controversy by Betty, who definitely has, I think there was an issue with money with her as well. What was it, maybe a year and a half ago? A situation about donations and whatnot. So all of this viral fame, right? Which is the thing that Mark Leda has done. Mark Leda makes these people famous, and now this is an example of that. And for many times that I remember, many people in the comments telling him, leave these people alone. Here you are. Now you have a situation where Adult Protective Services is involved. And then you have a whole channel, the whole channel dedicated to the family, where some YouTubers decided to, I don't know, I guess, volunteer and take Mark Leda's place. I'm not really sure what the purposes is. But again, they're not helping in that situation. Adult Protective Services had to intervene. And maybe, I'm sorry, like I hate to put it this way, but what money is being collected to have prevented that, right? Because clearly that couldn't have been prevented. People called Adult Protective Services out of concern, just like you would call CPS, right? So the family, they are saying this going viral has done this to us. But tell me why a channel exists that does that still, and tell me why Mark Lada's videos about the Whitakers are still up. If you feel different, that is absolutely fine. Let me know in the comments. We can agree to disagree. I'm here for it. But I just have a lot of questions about this. Again, New York Post article dropped today, and I'm sure that there's probably a lot going on and a lot being said in between in regards to the situation. I will see you guys on the next one. Bye, guys.